Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Bible bedtime story. So today I was going to talk a little bit about friends. I know that we last week talked about Noah and we read a story about Noah and the ark and all the animals that were in there, and I think that probably a lot of those animals were friends, just like my friends Poppy and Chi Chi. Today I was going to read a story that's not from the Bible, but it's one that I really like, and I don't know if you've ever heard it. My story is called Yeti and the Bird. So the story about Yeti and the Bird is really a cute story. And I bet there were no Yetis on the ark. Have you ever seen a Yeti? It's that big white, he almost looks like an oversized polar bear. So here we go. Deep in the forest, there lived a Yeti. He's so big he looks like a mountain. He was the biggest, the hairiest, scariest beast anyone had ever seen. So everybody left him alone. Sad. Yeti was lonely. See, guys? Then one day, thunk, something landed on his head. It was a bird. Squeak, 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 squeak. Roar, says the Yeti. And the little bird didn't seem scared of the Yeti at all. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Not one bit was that bird scared. Well, let's see how this works out. Instead, the Yeti was told about all the bird's journey. And she seemed to think she'd landed on a hot tropical island. And sure enough, when the bird looked for sunshine and palm trees, there weren't any. The Yeti's trying to figure out how that bird figures they got on an island, because Yetis usually live where it's kind of cold. So the bird stopped bouncing and chirping, and Yeti wasn't sure what to do with the sad little thing. So he gave it a pat on the head. Pat, pat, pat. And after a while, he decided to pick the bird up and to take her home. The next day, the forest woke up to a peculiar sight. Yeti and the bird were playing. And they were laughing, and no one had ever heard the Yeti laugh before. They were all scared of him. Every evening, the friends sang sweet, sad songs together, which soothed the forest to sleep. It's like Noah's Ark. They're all 2 by 2. Look at them. Yeti wished the bird could stay forever, but it was getting colder, and he knew that soon his small friend would need to fly away. So Yeti carefully examined the bird's map and found out where she needed to go. Then he made sure she was packed and ready for the long journey ahead. Off the bird flew. There she goes. Yeti sighed. Without the bird, he was even lonelier than before. Until some new friends came out to play. All his forest friends who'd been scared of him before realized he really wasn't a scary bear. Deep in the forest, there lives a Yeti with all of his new friends. And every now and then, an old friend pops by to say hello. I really like that book. It reminds me a little bit of our story of Noah last week, because in Noah, remember, the bird went out to see if there was any dry land and then came back. And then they all got to, hang out and play together because the land had dried and God had made the promise that he wouldn't flood it again. So here's another book about being friends. So some of you probably have friends that you play with and that you've seen before. This is a book called Leonardo, the Terrible Monster. It's by Mo Willems. I love this book. So this is Leonardo, and Leonardo was a terrible monster. Do you think that's because he's mean or bad, or do you think it's because he's just not good? Well, here's the answer. He could not scare anybody. He didn't have 1,642 teeth like Tony. Tony must need a big toothbrush or a lot of toothbrushes. And he wasn't big like Eleanor. Eleanor is really large. We can't even see all of her. And he wasn't just plain weird like Hector. I don't know. I like Hector's hat. Leonardo tried very hard to be scary, but he just wasn't. One day, Leonardo had an idea. He would find the most scaredy cat kid in the whole world and scare the tuna salad out of him. Do you like tuna salad? I kind of do. Leonardo researched until he found the perfect candidate. He did a lot of work, didn't he? Lots of extra work. Uh-oh, he found the candidate. It's Sam. Poor Sam looks sad and lonely, kind of like our Yeti. Leonardo snuck up on the poor, unsuspecting boy. Uh-oh, this looks bad. And the monster gave it all he had. He said, grrr, rah, raggle, 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 to scare Sam. Until the little boy cried. Yes, cheered Leonardo, I did it. I finally scared the tuna salad out of someone. I don't know if that's so nice, to be happy when you've made somebody else sad. No, you didn't, snapped Sam. Oh, yeah, replied Leonardo. Then why are you crying? That's really not nice, Leonardo. So here's Sam's answer. My mean big brother stole my action figure right out of my hands while I was still playing with it. And then he broke it on purpose, and it was my favorite toy, and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't, and I got so mad I kicked the table, and I stubbed my toe on the same foot that I hurt last month when I accidentally slipped in the bathtub after I got soap in my eyes trying to wash out the bird poo that was in my sister's cockatoo pooped on my head, and I don't have any friends, and my tummy hurts. Poor Sam, he's having a really bad day. So that's why. And look at Leonardo. I don't think he's so proud of himself now, do you? Nope. Then Leonardo made a very big decision. He went up and he gave Sam a hug and he said, it's okay. Instead of being a terrible monster, he would become a wonderful friend. There they are, holding hands together. They're friends. And that doesn't mean that he couldn't try to scare his friend every now and then. There he is now going, boo! But Sam seems okay with it now, because he chases him back. And that is the end. So, just remember that to have a friend, you have to be a friend. And our friends come in all shapes and sizes, like our Yeti friend. And remember, sometimes you have to make the big decision, and you have to be a good person and reach out to somebody who seems really sad. So I hope you have a really good day. And I hope that you enjoyed your bedtime stories. I hope Poppy and Chi Chi did too. And we'll be back again next week. And next week, we're going to talk about some other fun things. So this week, be a good friend and have a great week. Bye.